Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 103 of Puckin' Around Podcast. We are back after a 1 week hiatus, but that just means we got more to talk about. So, here with me are my co host from Flyer, Alex Fernand.
How you doing today, Eric?
Good. Glad to be back to talk about hockey.
Yeah, it's been a
And
whole day.
I know, right?
Feels like
All
I haven't
right.
seen you in
To
forever.
my left, right, left. I don't know. Whatever. We got Mr. Rick Seligman. What's up,
Hey,
Rick?
everybody. What's up? My nipples in a cold wind.
Uh, the nipple update.
I think
Rick
you broke Nordy with that one.
was greatly appreciated.
You know what that was, actually? If you ever watched Cheers, that was one of Norm's.
That is
songs
well
right
before
after.
my
Oh my God, I
time.
love
That's
that
like the
TV show.
60s, isn't it?
Cheers, no. Cheers was 80s.
80s?
80s.
Oh, I don't know.
80s.
What's up,
I watched
Norm?
I
We'll
caught the
put
end of
alcohol
Cheers.
level in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on top of nipples over there, we got Matt Norton.
What's up?
I guess you can call Nordy the high nipple.
All right. Well, look, we got a good one for you this week. We're gonna talk Eastern playoff race. This race is getting a little nuts, but we'll break it down for you. And we're gonna start breaking down some awards since the season is almost done. We'll go over the Calder, the Selkie, and the Art Ross. So we're gonna kick it off with a little bit of playoff race talk in the East. Guys, it is tight.
It's a mess.
Wait, hang on a sec.
Look at
Oh,
all
I
those
can't do it.
teams. It's a fucking mess over there.
Jeez.
I'm gonna do this differently. Just hang on.
Well, just to let everybody know, right now, wild card race, we have
There we go.
Boston in the lead at 86, and the Islanders in second in the wild card at 85. And the chasing teams, you have Detroit 84, Ottawa 81, Philadelphia at 80. I don't know if I'm going to include the Capitals in this. They're already at 71 games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the Capitals out of it. I think they're eliminated from this race.
I agree, but everyone else earlier in the day in the chat had
I'll
them,
keep
but
them
I
in
agree.
there. I know the games in hand are rough for them, but
Yeah.
I'll keep them in there because they aren't too far back, but the games in hand are rough. They're unlikely, but we'll keep them there for argument's sake because they
They're
do
far
have some
enough.
tiebreakers.
For this time
Okay,
of
we
year,
good.
they're
Okay,
far
good.
enough. For
Yeah,
this
we
time
could-
of
we
year, they're far enough back. They ain't cat. But anyway, it's fine.
Because they do have 30 wins in regulation. So that
They have
is
tiebreakers over everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, but they have those two games in hand that the other teams have on them.
Yeah.
So I think
That's
that's
a
a
lot.
lot at this time of year, but we'll see what happens.
But okay. So all right, so where do you guys want to kick off? The Atlantic?
Yeah, let's start in the Atlantic.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So okay, in my opinion, obviously, I'm sure you guys will agree. The Sabres and possibly Tampa Bay safe. Like
Yeah, I would
going.
include Tampa Bay. I think Buffalo and Tampa are going to be in there. Yeah.
yeah. So then you have the Canadians who look at 86 points. They could be in a bit of a spot. Then maybe for like a Detroit or an Ottawa to catch up. But I look personally. I don't know about you guys. Personally, I think Montreal is safe. So
safe. You might say you think they're going to make it. Are they safe? There's no way.
one is safe outside
They're
of
not safe.
2, maybe 3 teams. I wouldn't put them in the safe. I'd
Buffalo,
say out
Carolina,
of everyone
Tampa.
in the mess, they're probably in the best position. That
Yeah.
I'll say.
So okay, so basically, so with Montreal, do you I'll ask like Matt, Montreal, do you think do they stay in the division top 3, or do you think they actually have a threat to like fall into the wild card and possibly out?
Well, I mean, just looking at just straight up the points, I mean, obviously there's definitely a chance they could fall into a wild card spot. What I will say, obviously, Canadians have a very good points percentage, especially over the teams in the wild card spots right now. And they've consistently this season been able to scrounge up points when they need to. And they haven't really had, aside from like early on, I think it was in November, they really had a bad losing run. Other than that, they've been pretty consistently, they'll rattle off 3, maybe 4 wins, drop a game or 2, but then rattle off another 3 wins. As long as they can consistently keep doing that, these last 13 games of the season, I think they'll be okay. Again, obviously, too, having games in hand on pretty much everyone else behind them, obviously, except for Ottawa and Philly. But again, I think Ottawa and Philly are in kind of tough spots. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of points, but they need a lot of help. And they obviously need to win as well. So, I do think the Habs are probably in the best position right now out of the Atlantic teams. Obviously, being in third, but just also
The mess, we'll
points
call it.
percentage. And yeah, I think just they've been the most consistent. I think out of the rest of these teams that are in, that they're in tight with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I do think that's fair. I'm looking at this mess right now, and at the end of the day, if you told me at the beginning of the year that we'd have, 3 teams kind of locked in, 4 teams dead, and then just everyone else within 6 points and 9 teams fighting for 5 spots realistically, I'd be elated. Yesterday on Flyer, me and Eric had the NHL remaining strength of schedule marker. At some point during this discussion, I'd like to bring that up just to just show everyone who may have missed Flyer yesterday that can see all the remaining strengths of schedule of all the teams that are in it, because there are a lot of head-to-head matchups with these teams remaining.
Oh yeah,
and out of the 9
gauntlets too, like Boston's got a gauntlet in the next couple of weeks.
You know what's insane? All 9 of these teams in the mess right now, we're going to call it the mess. 8 of them are in the top 11 for most difficult schedule. 8 of them. The only one that's not is the Washington Capitals, who are 22nd. But by ranking of toughest schedule, 1 to 32, Boston's first, Columbus is second, Islanders are third, Philly is sixth, Tampa and Calgary's ahead of them too, but they're not in the mess. Ottawa's 7th, Montreal is 8th, Detroit is 10th, and Pittsburgh's 11th. A lot of these teams all play against each other when you look at the head-to-head.
Yeah.
Boston still has 2 games against Columbus, a game against Philly. Columbus, game against Detroit, 2 against Boston, 2 against Montreal, a game against Philly tomorrow as we record this. Islanders, game against Montreal, game against Pittsburgh, game against Ottawa, game against Philly. Flyers, game against Montreal, game against Boston, game against Columbus, game against the Islanders, and somehow 3 still against Detroit. I've emphasized this a million times where I don't know how we haven't played them yet, but we haven't. Ottawa, another one that kind of has maybe not quite as big of a mix. They got Pittsburgh a game against. They have another game against Detroit. I don't think they have anyone else in that mess, so they don't really have as many head-to-heads as the rest of the teams I named. But then back to Montreal, 2 against Columbus, 1 against the Islanders, 1 against Philly. Is going down the list. Detroit and Pittsburgh are in the same boat. There's a lot of head-to-head matchups. And for that reason, even with Washington, I can't fully write them off yet. Are they in a worse spot than everyone else? Yes, but having that head-to-head tiebreaker and regulation wins is big. And all the head-to-head matchups these teams have, if they can win the head-to-heads and the other head-to-head games don't turn into 3-point games, those games can pretty much be narrowed pretty quickly. So looking at this mess right now, if you ask me today, I think I'd agree. I'd say Montreal and Columbus are kind of tied in the teams I feel the most confident in. Pittsburgh's starting to fade. They got smoked yesterday by Carolina, and they got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up the next 7 games, all against playoff teams or teams in the hunt. Boston's got a tough schedule coming up. They got Toronto tomorrow, but then after that, it really picks up again. And then, so that shows, and then Detroit and Philly still have 3 games against each other. So these teams this lead can shrink very quickly with all the head-to-head matchups we have. So I think it's way too early to really determine anyone truly out of this yet. but I do think over the next week we'll start getting more of a clearer picture for sure.
Yeah, and like that's it. Like the East. So sorry, excuse me, the East. Yeah, I want to say the Atlantic. So that's we're touching on there, and like I said, I think the Canadians look they're in third right now, but like Boston, but with their strength of schedule, I don't know if they can maybe overtake Montreal for that third spot. So now if we go to the Metro, right? Like so now you look at the Metro, and honestly, Carolina is the only team that's safe, right? Like I guess you guys can all agree Carolina is safe. But then like Pittsburgh's in second in the Metro at 86 points, but like they're 4-3-3 in their last 10, and they've been struggling. Columbus has been on fire. They're 6-1-3 in their last 10. They lost last night, but like whatever. I would actually prefer if they kind of won last night, but whatever. And so now then you have like chasing in that division, you have the Islanders and basically the Flyers, right? So Islanders right now at 85 points, they're back in the playoffs, and the Flyers at 80, like right outside. Look, personally, so like I said, I think Pittsburgh is the team to catch if you want to make a division. Like I think personally, like for the Flyers, I said this on Flyer even yesterday. I think if they want to make the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be through the wild card. It's going to have to be through the division. So, like we'll see. But I want to know what you guys are like. Who do you see? Do you see Pittsburgh falling out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and who?
That sounded
I
hesitant.
mean, well, because Sidney Crosby's back. I don't know, like that could make a huge difference for them. But I would have thought they'd already have fallen out, and they haven't. And Crosby's back, so I don't know.
Yeah, granted, but like we were saying also, like, well, their strength of schedule, I think what were they 10th in remaining strength of schedule, but
yes, no,
yeah,
11th.
but,
I'm sorry, 11th. But
sorry, yeah,
they
okay,
still got some tough games. The next game, they have Colorado coming up, I think.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
They have Colorado tomorrow. They have Ottawa Thursday, and they have Dallas on Saturday. Like, fuck. That's not.
Yeah.
That is
Boston,
not
I
an
think,
easy
got
task.
Minnesota and Dallas coming up too.
It ain't gonna be
hopefully
fun.
so. Yeah.
So I'd say, like, I mean, Boston's really got a hell of a gauntlet besides the head-to-head games. Yeah,
No,
they
but
got
it's like-
Toronto, and then they got Buffalo on the second half of that back-to-back in Buffalo, and then Minnesota, Columbus, Dallas in a row. I mean, that's woof.
That's tough. That's Boston, you said?
Yeah, and then they go on the
Yeah.
road to Florida, then on the road to Tampa, and Boston's been terrible on the road.
Yes, agreed. They've been awful on the road this year. They're a tale of two stories. They dominated home, but they've been a complete mess. They're the anti-Rangers.
Yeah.
They're the anti-Rangers, is I guess the best way to put it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this big picture wise. If you told me today the teams I think that make it, Montreal I think holds on. I think Columbus squeaks in. I'm back on the road if I think Pittsburgh falls out. I do think Boston will hold on to the second wild card, and then Detroit. I think Ottawa will jump Detroit for the first wild card, jump all the way to the first spot because Ottawa has a bit of a hot streak going themselves. And then I think it'll be between the Flyers and Islanders for that last spot. I do still think Pittsburgh could fall off with how hard their next 7 games are coming up.
Yeah, and look, I think I brought this up a few episodes ago on Bucking Around. Pittsburgh has had a really freaking weird season. Like it's they like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go like 6-2 to start the season, then they go lose a couple, then they go on these massive losing streaks, these massive winning streaks. So like that's why I can't guarantee Pittsburgh. It's like their season has just been so up and down completely. Now, like, look, they went through like a massive up a while ago. Like, well, a while ago it was like mid-December to the end of December where they won 6 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And then but since then it's like lose 2, win 2, lose 1, win 1, lose 3. It's like so. they're just really inconsistent, Pittsburgh, on the season. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know which team you're getting. So, and look, yes, they have Malkin, they still have Crosby. Like Crosby's back. They got some like decent young players like Kindle, and he's been playing pretty well all season. I just can't. I don't know. I can't guarantee them a spot. And that's why I think they are the most vulnerable team. And look, the Islanders have been pretty consistent all year. Like they've been a pretty good team all year. So, like, look, they're in the wild card right now, the Islanders. So, like, do they overtake that? Like, do they overtake that spot, and then Pittsburgh ends up in a wild card? But then you're fighting against Detroit, Ottawa, Philly, possibly. So I don't know. I think they're the team that's not safe in the Metro right now. At least that's in the top three.
You know, the one thing that the Isles have done recently that is a little concerning, if you notice how much age they brought on recently, you brought in Braden Shen, you brought on Andre Palat not too long before that. I mean, I get maybe you're trying to replace who tore his ACL for them earlier in the year? I'm blanking on it.
Palmieri.
Yeah, Kyle Palmieri, that's it. I think you're trying to probably replace the veteran leadership of Palmieri, but both those guys have term left. I did not like at the time. I thought there was a bit of an overpayment for a clearly declining Braden Shen prior to that, and Andre Palat was the whipping boy in New Jersey. So, for how good the Isles did this year, lucking into Matthew Schaefer, I'm not liking the recent moves they made within the season to bring in a lot of these declining guys, especially with the term that they have. I think Shen's got at least another year or two left, and I think Palat does as well.
I know Shen has one for sure.
Yeah. I'd have
Palat,
to look at
I'm not 100% sure. If he has one or two.
That's the only thing. Sorokin's been playing out of his mind. He's been absolutely spectacular. He's a clear Vezina candidate this year. So something to watch there. Palat has one more year as well, by the way. I just did a quick search. So, I mean, it's not too long, but still it's two guys that I don't know how much they're really helping your roster when one guy's clearly declining and the other guy was a whipping boy out in New Jersey. So I don't know how I felt about those moves as a collective whole, especially the price for Braden Shen. It just felt like too much. But I don't know that. But I will say the story Matthew Schaefer has had as a rookie this year has been incredible. And if Sorokin can keep playing the way he has, he can carry that team to the playoffs. So that's two big things right there.
Okay. Let's legit. So that's both Atlantic Metropolitan. So now we're gonna hit the wild card, and we have Boston and the Islanders that are currently in those spots. You have Detroit on the outside, and now Detroit was pretty much in a playoff spot. Like a good chunk of the year, and now look, they've been struggling 4-4-2 in their last 10. They were minus I think they still are minus Dylan Larkin. Did Dylan Larkin return? I don't think so, right? Anybody know if Dylan Larkin's not back?
Well, Larkin was practicing today, I heard. And I think he's a game time decision tomorrow. So he isn't officially back yet, but there is a possibility he could be playing tomorrow. So definitely, as we record this today on Monday night, so definitely keep an eye on that for sure. So, but he's been missed there. He's been gone for like 2-3 weeks now with this injury. And Detroit's kind of free fall. And this has been a theme with the Red Wings the last few years. Go back to 23-24. They were secured into a playoff spot all year. And then they kind of just faded. So this is definitely a reoccurring theme with them, it feels like, for sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have Detroit 6. Sorry, I just need to recount just 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6 wins since January 22nd. The Detroit, like actual wins. Like that's rough, man. That is actually rough. They've hit the skids. They've really hit the skids.
This is the same thing they did in 23-24. They were in a playoff spot, and like us, they faded late. And they went right down to last night. Couldn't do it because we pulled the net against Washington, and Washington ended up winning, and Torts fucked them. That was funny.
So yeah, look, curious what do you see there? Because look, they play their awful loss to Boston 4-2 on Saturday.
Yeah.
This past Saturday. They play Ottawa, basically a team that's chasing them. So this is a huge game for Detroit.
Oh, that's going to be massive tomorrow, Ottawa and Detroit.
Yeah.
Good for Detroit as Ottawa's playing tonight, currently up 1-0 as we record.
Exactly. So that's it. So they're lucky Ottawa's playing tonight. Yeah. They have Buffalo, and then they have another 3 days off, which is really weird. And then they play Buffalo on Friday. And then the Flyers, and then they play the Flyers on Saturday. So 2 of their 3 games are against teams that are chasing them. So this is a pretty big 3 games swing for Detroit. So honestly, I want your guys' opinion on the Red Wings. Do you actually think they hop back in, or you think maybe not?
I'm a little under 50% for them. If Detroit, I'm going to say this though, Detroit doesn't make the playoffs this year, Stevie Y should be fired. Enough's enough. You've been there 7 years. This will be your 8th, I believe. And if that'd be 8 straight years that you've been there that you've missed the playoffs. It's inexcusable at this point. If Detroit misses the playoffs, Stevie Y should be fired. Enough's enough. There's a reason why I call it the Eisner scam. But where I'm at right now with Detroit, I have them a little under 50%. I'd probably put it around the 40-45% range for them about them making playoffs. Not too far out of it, but if I had to pill right now, I'm leaning no. But ask me again next week. That could easily change.
Okay. Rick, what do you think? What do you think on Detroit?
On Detroit, I mean, everything's so close that, it just takes a loss versus a win. And, my gut right now when I'm hearing was Alex talking, and so my gut's telling me Boston's going to fall out.
Ooh.
With Dylan Larkin coming back, because I think Dylan Larkin, that was a big reason, a good part of the reason why Detroit sort of kind of fell off a bit. But I don't know, my gut's saying Boston. I don't know if it's because they're, our big rival and all that. But yeah, I think Boston. I think
no, I mean they have the hardest schedule remaining, and like I said, I mean just their next week and a half is brutal. And most of the games are on the road. Like I said, with them being such a bad road team this year, it's
how many games? So if they lose 4,
5, 6, 7, they have 7 on the road in the remaining schedule.
But if they lose 4 of their those 5 hard games, say they lose 4, that'll essentially would take Boston out of it. So it depends, but my gut says Boston's going to fall.
What's their schedule look like?
They have
next 5. Who are they?
They have
Toronto, Buffalo, Tuesday, Minnesota, Dallas,
Minnesota, Columbus,
Florida,
Dallas.
Tampa.
There's a Columbus before Dallas.
Boy, you're both speaking at once, one at a time.
Toronto,
so
Buffalo, Minnesota, Columbus, Dallas.
Okay. We're all flopping Boston schedule. So, okay. So, Toronto, Buffalo, Minnesota, Columbus, Dallas. I get that right? Okay.
Yeah.
They should beat Toronto. I'm praying they don't because we're on Leafs hate watch, Eric. We need it. Leafs hate watch.
The Buffalo game is the next night at Buffalo.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Buffalo.
That's
ooh.
That's going to be tough. And then you have, after Buffalo, Minnesota, who's a top 5 team in the league, Columbus, who's one of the hottest teams in the league, despite losing yesterday to the Isles, and Dallas, who's Dallas. Enough said. So, then there is real potential. Even if they beat Toronto, they could lose their next 4 after that. All 4 of those games are very losable.
But that's what I'm saying, right? If they do that, that'd probably take them out of the race.
If they lose all 4, it depends. Do they get any in overtime, or are they all regulation?
Yeah.
The OTLs sprinkle a few extra points in there. You never know.
That's right. You're right.
And also, like, taking this into account, they have a really weird travel schedule for the remainder of their schedule. Because I look at it now, like against Toronto, like on Tuesday, right? They're at home, but then it's like home, away, home, away, home, 4 straight away, back home, away, back home. It's like they don't have a
All they do
sustained.
is travel. Every single game.
They don't
Yeah.
have sustained games at home for the rest of the season. It's always
Oh,
one off.
that's gonna wear them down. That's trouble.
Bad time of the
It
year
might
for
not
that.
seem like it, but all that travel is gonna weigh you
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I just realized this number. That's nuts.
Not only that,
I'd
but like
never
there's
even
travel
noticed
back and forth between the East and West Coast. Like, so you know, they get the time difference.
No, they don't go to the West Coast.
Not all the way to
Dallas-
West,
they
but I
go to
mean, I'm just saying
Dallas,
going
or-
because I think they're at Dallas, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
the Dallas is in Boston.
Let me see.
Is the Minnesota then they're away? I can't remember.
No, Minnesota's in Boston also.
Oh, okay.
The
All right, I couldn't
furthest
remember if
west
were
they
traveling.
go.
Columbus.
Yeah. So they don't really go out west. That much is true. They have that Columbus game late in the year. The one thing the Bruins do have, they do have a nice period of rest between April 7th to 11th. So that will help them a little bit.
Mm.
They got some back-to-backs. So they have
Yeah.
quite a few back-to-backs. They got tomorrow and Wednesday back-to-back, then Saturday, Sunday back-to-back. The 4th and
Another
the 5th is a back-to-back. The 11th and they have 4 back-to-backs too. God bless you. But that's now I kind of see why these things have Boston's percentage so low on some of them. Not like
Yeah.
Tom's model has them at like 30%. And I've always wondered, like, I know they have a hard schedule, but everyone else does. Why? The travel. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That's grueling. So
Yeah, because it's not like they have to go far. It's just, but at the
It's
same time, you're still going arena to the bus to the plane to the airport home. It's like it's a lot. Even though you're not traveling, like maybe the flight is only an hour.
No, but
or,
it is.
like,
It's a lot, right?
It's-
Because you
it's
got to
still a
think there's
lot.
not like how much rest time are they really going to get between you play a game and then you got to go right to the airport, fly, get in, sleep for a couple hours, morning sleep,
And
take a nap in the afternoon, game time, back to the airport. Like it's a lot.
a new kink
really
in that is the airports are effed up right now down there. So that's another
Yeah,
kink
too.
right there. It's
Mm.
going to make that traveling even harder. So,
I do have one other thing to mention with the Bruins. Their backup goaltending has been an issue this year. Korpisalo has not been
Yeah.
all that good. That's great. Swayman's been fantastic. But if you're going to have 4 back-to-backs, do they
True.
go back-to-back games with Swayman? Or do you run
Unlikely.
Corby?
Unlikely.
He's got a .330 goals against average and an .891 save percentage. Now, if Cam was here, he'd probably point to the defense, and that's valid, but Swayman plays significantly better in front of him. So, and obviously,
Yeah.
Corby's not Swayman, but it's definitely something to watch there. They 4 back-to-backs and all that travel is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say the Bruins might sneak in despite this because Swayman's been spectacular this year. Him and Sorokin are kind of in the same boat that they've been kind of carrying their teams and blocking a lot of holes. So I do wonder how much they run him. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those back-to-backs he plays both. So keep an eye on that for sure.
Mhm. I don't know, man. After looking at that schedule, and like, I'm kind of wouldn't be shocked if Ottawa actually overtakes.
Mhm.
Boston, you think? Yeah? You think?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
overtakes Boston.
The problem
'cause-
is though with Ottawa is they gotta not only do they need to catch Boston, obviously.
They got to
Mm.
They
catch
gotta catch
Detroit.
Detroit. They gotta catch
Yeah.
the
They-
Islanders. Pittsburgh
they gotta
and
hold
Columbus
off
are
Philly,
right
too.
there.
Even 3
Like,
points
it's not like it's just
could be tough.
one team. Like they gotta hope everybody loses.
Yeah, well, the advantage Ottawa has also is like they also have like a game in hand on Boston. So now obviously
Oh,
they have to
true.
win that game, and like you close the gap becomes 3 points. They have 2 games in hand on the Islanders, and the Islanders are 85, so they're 4. So that would, if they win their 2 games in hand, they're tied. So
Right.
and
No, and I
so
get that.
that's why like and the way the Otto's been like on fire lately. Like they've been just as hot as Columbus, like 7-2-1 in their last 10. And like they have a better strength of schedule going than Boston. And I was actually just looking at it now, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a 5-game homestand at one point. Like they're
That'll
not
help. They have significantly less travel. And not only that, Ottawa's played well this year. What's killed them is they've had horrible goaltending as a collective
yeah.
whole. It's what's killed them for sure. But when you look at Ottawa too, this is Jamey said it best on Flyer. This is when Ottawa kind of gets it going. And to Claude Giroux team, Claude Giroux plays like this. His teams play like this in March and April. He's one of the leaders there. So
It's a
definitely
Brady
something to
Kachuk team.
watch.
It's a Brady
What'd you say?
Kachuk team. That's why it's going to lose.
Yeah, that's true.
5.
Could
Give me
be.
a sec. I just want to see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And two other things I want to mention about Ottawa and Boston. Ottawa, like Washington, has the regulation win tiebreaker over everyone. So keep an eye on that. Boston, there's a little bit of a distraction happening behind the scenes there right now. We were talking about this off the air a little bit, Matt, before you hopped on. What the hell is going on with James Higgins?
Yeah, I mean,
What's the
again,
hold
could end up being a nothing burger. We don't know, but
I think so too. I'm still in the leaning of that it's likely a big nothing burger, but something's off. Something's weird. So we'll see. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, okay. I just want to say on Ottawa, one more point quick. In their last 18 games from January 25th, they only have 5 losses, and 2 of those losses are in overtime. So they've only lost 3 times in regulation in their last 18 games.
How much gaining did they do in those 18 games, though, in points in the standings?
What do you mean?
How much did they gain in the standings with that kind of a run?
Well, considering at one point they were almost last in the
Yeah,
in
but
the
I remember at one point they had like a 10-game run in this, I imagine, that they were fantastic and they gained 1 point on the teams ahead of them.
Well, I know they gained more than 1 because, like I said, at one point they were like down there with Toronto.
No, they must have since then. But I know at one point, beginning of this good streak, they had only gained just a little bit. So it's really difficult. And I don't know, considering it's an 18-game run like that, will that peak like and stop and they'll be back to the Ottawa we saw? I kind of think that might happen.
But like to Alex's point, like the good chunk of the season, I would say like more than half of the beginning of the season, goaltending was killing Ottawa.
Yeah,
you looked at every metrics; they were a good team. It's just they weren't getting a save. And like, look now, like now that they're getting saves, like, they're winning. Yeah. So like, that's why I don't know. That's personally, right. Like I don't know. I have more faith in Ottawa than I do like in Detroit. That's just
same. And Ottawa's at least gotten there.
Yeah, and like we said, like look, Boston. I'll honestly, before we started the show, I was been like, I think Boston could be pretty safe. Now that I went really in depth into their remaining schedule and all the traveling and everything. Man, I'm starting to question if Boston makes the playoffs.
Honestly. Can I pull up the strength of schedule thing that we had from yesterday, Rick? I want to.
I don't have that.
I have it actually. I'll do a share.
Yeah, put it up. Put it up.
Yeah, give me one moment. I'll do a share screen. That way, we can all see it.
What do you do?
I just pulled it up. There we go. So this is the strength of schedule list on NHL Tankathon. I love this thing because it goes in depth about everything. Look at some of the remaining easy games some of these teams have. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit because it is a little blurry. Yes, we only need to go about right here. That's better. Yeah, it wasn't that clear before. So looking at some of these strength of schedules just as a collective whole. Boston doesn't have too many cupcakes left. The easiest game left is tomorrow against
Mm.
against
Wow.
Toronto. Then you got Florida and Jersey. Florida loves being a pest to Boston in general. Yeah, I know they're out of it, but they're just a pain in the ass to the Bruins. All have been consistently. Jersey, yeah, they should win that. Jersey's just can't get out of their own way this year. And then the easy games for some of these remaining teams. Ottawa's got more leeway. They play the Rangers tonight, currently winning as we speak. They got another game against the Leafs, 2 against Florida, who might not get up for that game as much as they would Boston. Another game against New Jersey. Philly, who we haven't really touched on yet. They got a bit of a tough schedule still too, but some of their easier games. Game against Chicago, game against Winnipeg, another game against Jersey. That's a divisional game, so that'll be a little challenging. Washington, the Flyers have actually played very well this year. So another thing there, keep an eye on that. I think Detroit's schedule, despite how bad they've been playing lately, is not too bad, besides playing us 3 times. But you look at some of the matchups they got there, it's going to be really determined off of the head-to-head. Pittsburgh, their seasons will be determined by the next 7 games. Enough said, as we've said already before. And if you want, let's touch on Columbus real quick. This team has been so interesting all year. They fire their coach, bring in Rick Bowness, who I thought was retired. he comes on, and this team's currently on an 18-3-4 run. We talk about Buffalo and Ottawa. Columbus has been just as hot, if not hot. Well, maybe not as hot as Buffalo, but they've been just finding ways to win. They're playing resilient. They're playing smart hockey. That's what it really comes down to. Columbus might not have the most talented team in the world, but they have a very smart team just as a collective whole. So I'll X out of the remaining strength of schedule thing now. We'll bring the standings back up. But, yeah, so just looking at this right now at Columbus, I think I like them making this. I like them winning the 2nd spot in the division. You got to give them props where it's due. The Columbus Blue Jackets, man, have been such a good story, especially with the tragedy they went through last year, too. That's a team you can't help yourself but root for, just in general.
Oh yeah, plus all with that young talent and the step that they took last year. That's why I was kind of surprised that they struggled to start the season. So yeah, no, it's really cool to see what happened since they fired the coach. It's really weird because even like again, they were so good last year with was Dean Evison.
Yeah.
And now this year they just like, I don't know what the fuck happened, and then like you bring in Rick Bowness and oh shit, like they're world beaters. So I don't know, man. We'll see. And like you, Alex, I think they're comfortable. Well, things can always change, whatever. But yeah. I think, like you, I think they got a spot for sure. I can't see somebody really kicking them out and them going like on a massive losing streak. No, again, like I said, everything is always possible. But so yeah, like the Flyers, like because we again, I think I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to really touch Washington because I don't think Washington really has a chance. But so like, let's just maybe end this with the Flyers and say, what chance do you guys think the Flyers might actually have of actually possibly stealing a spot?
20%. I'd keep it the same as what we said yesterday on Flyer. 20%.
Okay. Rick, what do you think about the Flyers making the playoffs?
Not making the playoffs.
No, you don't think it happens? You don't think?
No, I mean, I just think it's too many points, and
that's a lot.
I don't think your guys are going to make the playoffs. I'm sorry to say.
Well, let's say this could be revisited in a week. You're probably realistically, I'm not expecting them to either. Yeah. It is still, they did a good job getting back into it this much. It is a big hill to climb, despite they're on a 9-2-1 run themselves. And despite that, they've only gone from 8 points back to 5 points back. My teams in hand. The teams in front of them have all played more. Only Ottawa has, and there's only a 1 point difference there. But Flyers head-to-heads, we brought this up on Flyer yesterday. They have 3 against Detroit still, starting on Saturday. They play the Isles. They play the Bruins. They play Columbus. They play Montreal. Everyone except Pittsburgh and Ottawa in this mess. And they play Washington, too. Everyone except Ottawa and Pittsburgh, they have another game against still. Why we don't have another game still against Pittsburgh angers me, because we should always be playing them late in the year, but besides the point. But the head-to-head matchup is going to be big. If Philly beats Columbus tomorrow, and that game has wet fart game written all over it in the big picture, West just had a 3-game sweep out West, coming home, feeling good about yourself, first game at home, always kind of got that hard time getting up for that. Columbus is coming off of a loss. They know the teams are nipping at them. It's just as big as a game for them. They know they snuck out with a win. I shouldn't say snuck out because they did outplay us the last time we played them. They got a win in overtime against us last time. This is big for Columbus. Is going to be just as up for this game. So I think that Columbus game and the Detroit game this week are going to determine whether they're really still in this. I said on Flyer, they have to get the minimum of 5 out of 8 points. Maybe even 6 of 8. They got to take 3 out of 4 between Columbus and Detroit. They don't do that, they're done. I think they'll be done by the end of the week if that happens. But we'll see. There's 13 games left for them at least. I think it really is going to come down to, can Vladar keep playing as well as he has been? And is the power play going to pull its head out of its fucking ass like it hasn't all year? Or last 5 years, I should say. But yeah, that's where I stand right now. And in Urson's backup games, he's been better of late. I need to get a few quality games from him out of the stretch run. So can he keep that run as well? And Owen Tippett has been on a fucking seismic tear lately. So him, Cates, and Michkov have been the 3 best Flyers in recent memory. Those 3 guys are going to have to keep carrying the load for this team. Those 3 guys are going to have to keep their hot streak going. And TK and Zegras are going to have to continue to add on as well. So the big guns are going to have to show up for them. But yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, I give him 10% chance. I think I'm maybe not as high as you are, Alex, but look, there is a chance. And like I said previously, I think it has to come through. I think it's going to come through the division. You got to hope Pittsburgh falls and the Islanders keep the Islanders maybe fall also. So, or at least the Islanders stay in maybe in that wild card hunt, and then we just overtake. I don't know. Anyway, because like I said, with Detroit, with Ottawa in front of you, plus Boston, I don't know. There's a lot of teams to overtake. Like their hot play of late could help them. Let's see if it continues.
A lot of teams to overtake, but a lot of head-to-head hockey. So
to
definitely keep in mind.
Yeah, look, just a 3 against Detroit is a massive swing. It could be a massive swing.
Get ahead of them just off of that alone.
Yeah.
You control your destiny with Detroit. You have another game against the Bruins, and you have a game in hand on them already. So you can get that within 2 if everything goes well. Isles, you have another game against them. If everything goes out well there, you can get that within 1. So Columbus, same thing as the Isles. And Pittsburgh's gone. I'm not really looking at Montreal too much in this. They're probably the team that's the least likely that's going to make an impact against them on this. So,
yeah, and plus I wouldn't even be shocked if that game Montreal's clinched already and just is resting everybody. So
that could be big for us. I hope that is the case. Montreal goes in full.
The funniest thing ever is going to be if Caulfield goes into that game with 49 goals.
Oh yeah.
You're going to need to rest him. You need to rest him.
Well,
if he's at 49, they're not going to rest him. They're going to play him.
In pure Philly fashion, what's going to happen is Caulfield's going to score like probably 5 minutes into the first period because we allow the first goal all the time because that's just the way it is this year.
As always.
Then Montreal's going to bench him because like, okay, you got your 50, so now you could just
rest.
Chill out. Don't worry about
Alex
it, man.
Fry's in the fetal position in the corner going, you motherfuckers. You could have had him, you motherfuckers.
I'll never forgive Chuck Fletcher for that. Never.
Well, you win some, you lose some, right? But look,
we lost a lot, Eric.
yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, like, I get it, but like, it's not like would have been a lot worse if Cam York was absolutely fucking dog shit, or at
He's
least
a
like, didn't
second
even.
pairing guy. He is
Yeah,
really
but like he still got something. Like it's not like they were super wrong on Cam York. Like he is a good defenseman. It's just they really undervalued Caulfield. So it's like,
But this.
but then again, look, we got that extra second, and we used that, or with the extra pick, we ended up getting Brink, and now Brink is Yurchek. So we got
You know what?
basically
Maybe it does work out if we turn
Cam
your
York
check.
and Yurchek for Cole Caulfield. Let's put it that way. Okay, so give me your final predictions for the East. What do you think? Division and wild card. How do you think it guys shapes out? Alex, start with you, buddy.
In order, I think Tampa wins the division. Buffalo will drop down a little bit. They'll still get second. Tampa's games in hand will help. I think Buffalo will still lose a few games. They'll still get second. They'll lose by about like 2 or 3 points top. I think Montreal will get third in the Atlantic, setting up Buffalo and Montreal in the first round. In the Metro, Carolina's going to win that division.
Tampa and Montreal.
No, I say Tampa's going to win the division.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Today's episode of When the Hosts Are Not Listening. Carolina, I have winning the division. I have Columbus getting second. This is where I struggle. I don't know. I'm going to say Isles third. I'm going to go first wild card Ottawa, second one Boston, and with a first team out. We're going to miss by like 1 or 2 points. We're going to be the first team out, and it's going to make me sick. That's my end prediction for that.
Okay. All right. Rick, how about yours?
All right. I have it Buffalo, Tampa, Montreal, Detroit. I can't decide between Detroit and Ottawa there, but Detroit. And I think Buffalo's going to win the cup. And then I got Carolina, Columbus. Hang on. Carolina, Columbus. Islanders or Pittsburgh's going to somehow hang on, and they'll have third. Wild cards are going to be, I guess, Detroit and Detroit and oh God, I can't decide. Ottawa. There you go. So Atlantic's going to put 5 and Metro only 3.
All right. Matt.
So in the Atlantic, Buffalo, Tampa, Montreal. I don't think that changes. The Metro, Carolina, Columbus, Pittsburgh. Wild card, Islanders, Bruins by a hair.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Atlantic, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Montreal. The Metro, Carolina, Columbus. Yeah, the third one, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. I think the Islanders kind of figure it out and probably end up
it
with
could realistically be any of those two. Like it's tough, but I do think Columbus is hard enough. I think they will sneak in second.
Columbus, I think ends up second in the division. Yeah, I think it's gonna honestly. I think it's gonna be a battle for 3 again with the Islanders, the Pens, and us and the Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
I just I want to say Philly, but like we got some ground to make up. But like I said, like I don't know, like the Islanders, man, 85 points, but they've played 71 games, and that's why I have them third right now. But okay, screw it, let's keep them there. Fuck it. And then in the wild card, Ottawa for sure. I have Ottawa. Ottawa's gonna overtake. And that and second wild card again, like after seeing Boston's strength of schedule, man. Okay, I think Boston still makes it. I think they'll figure it out a way, and they'll end up with the second wild card. So yeah, Ottawa,
And they'll have
Boston.
the right of getting destroyed in the first round by Buffalo or Carolina.
Yeah, probably. But like again, like I'm giving my picks, but I'm like, oh man, I really don't know. Like that's how crazy the East is this year. It's like I just really don't know. I just
There's three teams I feel 100% confident in making playoffs. That's it.
I would say 3 to 4 that I'm really comfortable with. But yeah, after that, honestly, flip a coin, see how it goes. It's gonna probably change week by week, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So that was the Eastern Conference race. Now we're gonna talk about some trophies. I guess we'll lead off with the Calder. Interesting race this year. So let's go with some points. You have rookie points leaders as of today, I guess, because I'm looking at NHL.com. Beckett Seneca leads with 54. Ivan Davidov at second with 52. Matthew Schaefer at 3 with 51. Then, if you go to fourth, tied for fourth, you have Jimmy Snuggerud with 36 and Ryan Leonard with 36 also. So there's kind of a big gap between 3 and 4. So I'm assuming, I'm gonna put it to you, like those are your top 3, right? Seneca, Demidov, Schaefer. Do you see anybody else really in this race?
No. And it's Schaefer's to lose at this point, but yeah, it's those 3 guys. Schaefer's gonna win it. I think without a doubt. And then honestly, that Demidov and Seneca could do 3. Like you could put them in either place, doesn't really matter. But those are your 3. Those have been the 3 best rookies this year, I think.
Yeah.
Not up for discussion. Like I think bar none, it's those 3 guys.
Yeah, I don't even think it's up for discussion whether Schaefer's going to win it or not. He's going to win it. I don't think the other 2 can get enough points to change that from going forward. So I think it's Schaefer's in the bag right now, and deservedly so. Look, deservedly so. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he leads rookies in goals with 22. So, but again, like Beckett Seneca is not far behind at 21. So it's but like as a defenseman, like he's
18 years old.
As an 18-year-old defenseman
playing on top pair.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah.
So okay. So yeah. So those are your top 3 for sure, 100%. And so everyone does everyone think that Schaefer is gonna win it, or does anybody have like?
Yeah,
it's Schaefer. I just did a quick look on Vegas out of curiosity where they have him at. They have him at minus 6,000, which means you need to risk $6,000 to win 100. Enough said. Schaefer's going to win. I think the battle is who's going to become second between Demidov and Seneca. It could be either or. I think those 2 are pretty neck and neck for it.
Yeah.
Other than that, third and fourth on is distant. You can argue who's fourth, but that's your 3. It's those 3 for sure.
Okay. Well, so that's it. We're pretty much all in agreement. Same here.
Not, yeah.
I think, most probably it's gonna be Schaefer unless something crazy happens in the next 12 games. So
yeah,
but I doubt it.
I got a quick question before we move on from the Calder talk. So Matthew Schaefer currently has 22 goals. I think the NHL record for a rookie defenseman is 23.
It's 23, I believe so.
Does he break it?
Broke the record. Okay.
Does he break it? Yeah, come on, 13.
I thought he broke. I thought I heard that he broke it already. Okay.
No, he needs 2 more to break it in the next 12 games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's getting a goal before the end of the
tie it at very least.
He needs 1 to tie, 2 to break it. I'm asking if he breaks it, not if he ties it.
Yeah. 2 to goal.
What game does he break it by?
I think that's 2 goals.
What game does he break it by?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Probably like one of the last couple games of the season.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what game he breaks it on. Against the Flyers, because everyone always does shit against us.
Or us, because we play them too, and he's been good against us, scoring goals.
I don't know if he scored against us yet this year.
He scored against us.
I think he did.
I
think it was the first game against the Islanders this season. He scored a goal.
Yeah.
6
games
from now, he plays us.
So he scores against one of us. I tell you this, he gets, I don't know when we play him, but probably gets 1 goal against you guys, and then the next one he plays us, he gets it against us.
He plays you guys second to last game of the year.
There you go. That's where he gets the winning, the go ahead for that.
All right. So okay. Well, that was the Calder. The next we're gonna do the Selkie.
Yeah.
And
Super soon. I'm gonna leave that up like that.
Rick, you got a little chart there. So we got was it like Selkie standings for best defensive forward right now?
Yeah, this is used by Dom on Twitter. Dom Lazinski. I don't know if I said his last
Decision.
name right.
I think it's pronounced Decision.
Yeah, that. Sorry, no disrespect, Dom. I am just the king of botching names, so I don't mean that in any negative way. So I again wanted to see what they had the odds right now for the Selkie. So I went on, I think it's Oddspedia right now. So on that picture right there is a little bit different from what the Selkie odds have on Oddspedia right now, which is directly through Vegas. Nick Suzuki is a favorite, but it's a small favorite. He is plus 220, which means you have to bet $100 to win 220 for him in the Selkie. I do think Suzuki is a slight favorite right now. Second place, I have Nico Hischier at plus 280.
Where's Hischier on this?
And the problem is the Devils being as bad as they are, I can't see Nico Hischier winning it. Like it just doesn't make sense. And I think, I mean, even just looking at this list here, I mean, I know, where Tampa is, but I just think it's Nick Suzuki's to lose.
Can we give some respect to my guy Noah Cates?
No.
Good on him. He's been great this year. Honestly, if there's a most improved Flyer award this year, I might give it to him. He's been fantastic. He has been great. Great game. Almost a point per game in his last 12 games. So, there you go. So, but realistically, if I had to guess who my finalists are, I'm going to go Suzuki, Cirelli, and you know what? Just for fun, I'll say Noah Cates.
Cirelli's not even on. He's not even on this list, Cirelli.
I know he's not on that list, but he's ranked third in the Selkie odds too, and he still plays a good 200-foot game.
Yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't be. I'm just saying he's not even on this one.
Yeah.
But they have Yoni Gord though. That's the second,
which is interesting.
No, but I think you guys are right. Like, look, I think it's Nick Suzuki's award to lose.
Sorry.
Noah Cates. Honestly, Noah Cates deserves a lot of respect, like for his defensive play, like and everything he does for the Flyers. Like, he's been on fire since the Olympic break. I think we talked about it on Flyer. What did I say? Like 11 points in his last 13 games or
12 games.
Something like that. Anyway, I had it written down somewhere. I can't find it.
He's been the best non-Owen Tippett forward in the since the break, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, okay. You're right there, Rick.
Should I call the hospital?
I'm okay.
Do we need to send an ambulance or something?
Breaking news: Rick coughed.
I'm fine.
But honestly, look at this list. I you know who I think could be like an underdog, probably not gonna win it, but like Charlie Coyle. Charlie Coyle is
he's got a nice rebound here. He's gonna get paid by some sucker this year.
But he's quietly having a really good season, like he has 55 points in 70 games. Like that would be, I was just looking at his stats here. That would be like his third best season career-wise, like his third high, and he's not even done. So he might even, who knows, like his highest is 60 points with Boston a couple of years ago. So he's at 55 and 70 right now. And like the way Columbus is playing, I don't know, man. Like, look, like I said, I think Suzuki is going to be the ultimate winner. Like, ultimately, he's going to be the winner of the Selkie this year.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Keep an eye on Coyle. I think he could be like sneaky.
Dark horse.
Yeah.
Sneaky. Honestly, Pinto too. If the Sens get in the playoffs, don't sleep on Shane Pinto. He's always played a very good defensive game. I'm still waiting for him to unlock his offensive potential that people believe he has, but it's just not there. But he does play a good, solid 200-foot game.
I really like Shane Pinto, yeah, he plays a very good defensive game. I never even like remember it was a couple years ago where like a lot of Flyers fans are like, "Oh, trade for Pinto. He's gonna be our solution for our 1C." I never saw it with him, and I'm like, and look, like you guys all know, like I'm always on the Ottawa Senators bandwagon. They've always been like, they were always like, even just growing up, they were my favorite Canadian team. Even though I live in Montreal, I always really liked the Senators, and so I follow them like not a lot, but like I follow them sparingly, but like, and like, I just never saw it in Pinto. I go, yeah, he's like a really good 3C who can be a 2C maybe, but I just never saw that top 6 upside in him. So, but look, we'll see, and that's why I think where Suzuki has again the advantage. He's a number 1 center, and most of the time, the guys that win these guys are just really good defensive number 1 centers. The Kopitars, the Bergerons, the Couturier that one year, but he's been nominated previously. So yeah, okay. So I'm going Nick Suzuki. Anybody else? You all think
Yeah,
Suzuki
I
is
think
pretty
I'm
much
going
a
Suzuki
consensus
too.
here.
Of course, it's going to be
close.
Suzuki.
I think my finalists, like I said, will be Suzuki, Cirelli, and Noah Cates.
My finalists are Suzuki, and I don't. Who the hell cares? Who the other two are?
Shocking. Rick doesn't give a shit about the other two.
Rick's finalists: Nick Suzuki, and Nick Suzuki.
There you go. There you go. I wonder who's going to
That's
win.
too many Nick Suzukis.
I'm
you
going
can never
Jason
have-
Coyle.
So Nick Suzuki, Ben Suzuki, and Nick S.
How about David Suzuki? No.
No, he's
How about
a
the Suzuki from the Cubs that I drafted?
wrong sport.
Throw Ichiro Suzuki in there too.
Oh my gosh.
Ichiro, yes, I love Ichiro.
That's a good one, Naughty. I didn't even think of that.
Oh
Yeah.
man! All right, so okay, so pretty much all in agreement on that one. So we're 2 for 2 actually. So okay, well the art. What was it say? The Art Ross is next, right?
Yeah.
Yes. This is
So-
I
going
don't
to
have
be
anything for that.
Yeah, this one's gonna be. Let's see. So we have currently Nikita Kucherov leading at 119, Connor McDavid at 116, and Nathan McKinnon at 114. So I'm assuming that will probably be. Then you have Draisaitl at 4th with 97 points. That's kind of a big gap to make up.
3-horse race. Plus,
Yeah.
Draisaitl hurt anyway, so he's out.
Yeah. So okay, Alex, I'll start with you. You think Nikita Kucherov finally takes it?
Yes, he's going to win it. That he has been on a hot streak. He's been putting up 2 points a game.
Yeah.
In the last 40 games, he's got 80 points or something absurd.
Yeah, something like crazy like that. Yeah.
It's been, I don't know if it's exactly that, but it's it's almost a 2 point a game pace, and it's age 32 season. I'm going to make a bold statement right now. When Nikita Kucherov retires, he is going to be a top 10 player of all time. That is a bold statement, I know, but he's only 32. He's already at over 1,100 points, something like that.
He's at 11-13.
He ain't slowing down anytime soon. He's going to push 1,700 points by the time he's done. He's going to win. He has a case to win the Hart again. He has 1 or 2 Hart trophies?
I'll
He's got at least
find
one.
out for you right now. He has one Hart.
Okay. Got a case to win his second this year. I said Macklin Celebrini was my pick at the Sharks make the playoffs. It does not look like the Sharks are currently in. I think they're almost 5 points out now, San Jose, with their recent skid.
Yeah, they fell. They fell a little bit. They are currently at 70 points, 5 points behind Nashville.
Yeah, I don't
they have
think
2 games in hand. 2 games in hand on Nashville.
Okay, that is interesting. But the way the West is, I'm going to assume they're going to lose at least one. So I'm just for argument's sake, I don't think Celebrini team makes the playoffs. So with that being said, I think it's Kucherov to lose. The run he's had over the last 3 months has been otherworldly. It's been like a Wayne Gretzky type run. It's been absurd. Maybe not Wayne Gretzky, but maybe a tier below it. If he did what this 3-month run he's on all season, he probably put up about 170 points. It's nuts what he's doing right now. Absolutely nuts. I think he wins the Hart and the Art Ross. Sorry for a big giveaway for next week, but he's going to win at least the Art Ross. I'll hold my thoughts on the Hart, actually. Maybe I won't say that yet, but he's going to win the Art Ross. I think he ends up with over 130 points at the end of the year.
Kucherov has 13 points in his last 4 games.
What?
5 against Seattle, 3 against Vancouver, 4 against Edmonton, and 1 against Calgary. Was that last night? Yeah. So
that's not human.
13 points in 4 games. That's nuts. Guys.
He had a bad game against Calgary. He only had 1 point.
Yeah. 13 and 4.
That's
Holy
insane.
fuck.
This guy's otherworldly, man. Like, just go through his recent game logs. Going back to like December 20th, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 games without a point in the last 3 months.
Jeez.
4.
That's consistency, man.
Yep.
That's lunacy. What he's done this year, man. Incredible. Incredible. The run he's had is just it defies logic. He's been incredible. And he's 32. He's aging like the best fine wine you could find. He's incredible, man. In my opinion, he will go down as a top 10 player of all time when it's all said and done.
Well, if he continues up this pace, that's for sure. Oh man, I just want to see. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you, Alex. Man, I think this is it's probably his to lose. I think it's his to lose. Now again, like we're also talking about Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon here too. Like these aren't.
McDavid got dinged up at practice today, didn't he? Did anyone hear that?
I heard that. I don't know if it's anything really serious.
Yeah, something to watch. Something to watch for sure.
But if he keeps up this pace, Kucherov, like I said, 13 points in his last 4 games. Yeah, I think he might actually like really start to separate himself from the pack here.
That's insane, man.
So yeah, no, man, I'm going Kucherov too. I think he ends up doing it. He's gonna win the Art Ross again. He's gonna finish. Yeah. Rick, what do you think, man?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, McDavid. Oilers are sort of barely. They might even not make the playoffs, so he might not be in the running anyway.
They wouldn't if they're in the East, that's for sure.
Well, they wouldn't. That's exactly right. So, considering that, right? Tampa's in the East, and Kucherov. It's not my favorite player, but he's having a hell of a run. So, yeah, I got to pick him there too.
All right. Matt, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I think it's Kucherov's to lose. Obviously with McDavid and McKinnon right there as well. So it's going to be a fun race to watch. But I think Kucherov's a safe bet here. I think without a doubt.
He's
unanimous. 3 times unanimous.
Yeah.
We haven't really had any the closest thing we had was maybe the Selke. And even that, we were all unanimous, but at least that one, there was a slight conversation. I feel like the other 2 really haven't been too differential. I think next week, when we talk about the Hart, the Norris, and the Vezina.
Norris is going to be fun. There's like 5 different defensemen that I think you could argue could win.
Those 3 are all closer races.
Norris is going to be a fun discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We'll go over those next week when we talk about the West for sure.
Yeah. All right. So does anyone have anything to say before we head out?
Yeah, the New York Rangers are the most incompetent team I've ever seen in my life. As we stand right now, the Senators are beating the Rangers 2-0 in the second with 6 minutes to go. The Rangers have 4 shots on net.
For 2 periods?
Rangers.
For
But yeah,
34 minutes of hockey.
Wow.
But yet the Flyers struggle against them all year. Go figure. Go figure. Matt, any last words, buddy?
Huh? I think we did good.
Good. Rick, anything from you, buddy?
Nope, not really.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this episode with a quote from Mr. Connor McDavid. We are fortunate to play in this division. It is a bit of a pillow fight right now.
I've seen that.
Oh
my God.
Wow.
Did you guys see the meme I posted in the group chat earlier? I think it was yesterday. It had a picture of the other three divisions all playing NHL 26 on an N64. And then the Pacific Division walks in. Can I play? One eye looking at the game, one eye looking at the snack machine. They're like, here, they give them a controller. It's disconnected.
We'll get more.
We're gonna have fun shitting on that division next week.
Yeah, we'll have more on that next week. But all right, so I guess so everybody, hope you enjoyed this episode of Plucking Around Podcast. Every like, subscribe, follow, whatever really helps the channel, help our drive to 500. We'll try and produce as much content as we possibly can. We have our 4 pods also, well, 5 with P.A.P. Just tell a friend, keep on supporting. Thanks for the support and everything. And for Alex, for Matt, for Rick, and for myself, good night and good hockey.
Ciao.
Go ahead, go.
Flyers, please come back.
Promise that you'll catch me.